His dad promised him the company, so he spent his entire career earning it, and just like that, his dad cut him out of the deal. Now his wife is carrying the financial burden, absolutely devastated. He's forgiven his father, and that might be the most complicated thing to understand in this entire story, because when the person who was wronged is ready to move on and you're not, what do? Now, her father-in-law is a very difficult man, hard to please, hard to get along with, and he has a lot of enemies. He doesn't like a lot of people. Well, while her husband was earning his place to take over the company, he also built a side business with another family member who the father does not like. Right away, the dad said, if you continue to build this business with that person, you will not get to take over my company. I guess her husband thought his dad was bluffing. He continued the business. When it came time to sell, his brother got the whole thing instead. That was 6 months ago. They're ready to move on. He's ready to move on. And she's still standing in shock, mad, carrying the financial weight of everything, wondering, what in the heck is going on here? No one's taken accountability. No one has said sorry, and I'm supposed to be just fine with this. And whenever she pushes back on her mother-in-law, she just starts crying. They tell people they've cut them off and they've taken away the grandkids, and they haven't owned their part. So she's wondering, what am I supposed to do when my husband wants to move on with his family and I'm not ready? This is your financial security of your family and your future that you had. Like, you knew what was coming. It all just disappeared in a snap of a finger. It's absolutely devastating, and you have every right to process that. And I just want to walk you through what happened here by pulling apart the business side of things and the family side of things. Your father-in-law, yes, he's a difficult man. Yes, he doesn't like a lot of people, and he was trying to control your husband with this side business, but it was his business. And so he said, you will not get to have a part of my business if you continue going down this path. And your husband called his bluff and he lost. Now to the point where your husband is ready to move on. He wants peace. He wants to see his family. He wants the kids to see their grandparents. And you're wondering, how is this even possible? No one's taken ownership. Two things might be happening. Number one, your husband has spent a lifetime with his family. Like, he may have already learned that making a fuss gets you nowhere. And a lot of people are conditioned to just absorb difficult behavior and just keep moving on. Number two, your husband might be reflecting and he might be thinking, yeah, he warned me. I called his bluff and I lost. Either way, your husband has found a way to get back to peace and he's now waiting on you. Your process doesn't have to look the same as his. You haven't spent a lifetime with his family. You haven't learned how to absorb this type of behavior. So if I were you, I personally would go to counseling with or without my husband. I would process what feels like anger. Like, I'm sure you just feel enraged still. It's actually a lot of grief. It's a lot of grief of what you thought was coming, stability. I mean, your world was rocked. You guys were traumatized. This is a trauma. I would process all that. I would have a professional help me. And then when I'm ready, I would re-engage with the family. But I would remember that not everybody made this decision. One person in the family made this decision, and yet the whole family is getting punished. Your mother-in-law had nothing to do with this. She should not be getting punished. She should be able to see her grandchildren for sure. And eventually down the road, once this all settles down, I would recommend you guys just getting together as a family, just sitting down, talking this out, not really having people take blame, but just talk it out so that you don't have this sitting underneath every family get together. You don't have to rush your healing, but I really do highly recommend you learn how to heal for your marriage, for your health, for your children, and just for your family as a whole. P.S. This might be the very best thing that has ever happened to you and your husband. I also grew up in a family business. I was set to take it over with my brother, and right at the final hour, my brother kicked me out of the deal and my dad allowed it. I was devastated, heartbroken. I was like, oh my gosh, how could you guys do this to me? I put in my time. And years later, my brother came to me and said, Jess, you had the whole world ahead of you. I wanted more for you. I wanted more than just this business. And I am so happy that my brother could see something in me that I couldn't, and I got a completely different life than I would have if they wouldn't have done that to me.